Gamers, welcome back to Cryptic Gaming. Hope you guys have been having a wonderful weekend. So, we have a couple things coming up. Friday night, that is going to be the end of Dark Tide Lullaby, guys. So, when that reset happens, for me here, Central Time Zone at 1 a.m. is usually when that starts. You need to make sure you have your points spent by then. What we're talking about is not just your heartfelt wishes. That looks like that little red tea bag up there. You need to make sure you go to Talak Panjara and spend all of that before that reset Tuesday morning. So you want to get that. You also want to get what you can out of the pass. Now understand, all the pass items are going to be awarded to us. If you bought the premium, you're going to get all premium rewards. If you didn't buy the premium, you won't get the premium rewards, guys. It's just the way it is. So not a big deal on that. So we are aware of that. Hope that you kind of keep that in mind, get that stuff spent. There's also a few questions wanted to address that have been coming up in here. So what, I guess first and foremost, guild marks, are they going to reset? Now, my understanding of guild marks and the way it worked from season 1 to season 2 this year, it's supposed to work this way each time, is the guild marks or the Kufa bars that we originally had, they disappeared, and guild marks came into the game. At the end of the month, they're going to have something for us to be able to convert it to silver, but it does not transfer into the next season. Now you will be able to come in and build your guild marks up again, which is really pretty easy to do, guys. Unless they change something, when you run through your leaderboard for seasonal and weekly, you earn guild marks every week. You earn a lot of guild marks when you first come into a new season. So you should be able to get plenty of that, like I say, unless they end up changing some things in the game. That's kind of where we've been with that now. Now, when it comes to the Helm, that's the big question. A lot of folks are asking, do we bring the 300,000 pieces of 8, or will we be able to have more? How's that going to work? Well, last year it was 300,000. The way it's been this year, the way they announced the Season 2 content is we no longer have resets of our Helm. That means anything that you do in the upgrades is going to stay where it's at. It did when we come out of Season 1, coming into Season 2. Everything stayed where it was at. I didn't have to go get more manufacturers. I didn't have to start over on any of the tech trees or anything like that. So all that's supposed to stay the same. What we are going to see coming in at Season 3, though, guys, will be another type of a tech tree like this. It's going to be called Seasonal Journey, and you're going to have a lot of different ways to open up buffs for your ships. That will reset every season, from what I'm to the understanding, is that particular tree. We may see it alter, we may see it come into a different thing, but as it first enters the game, we're going to have a tech tree, and we're going to be trying to do that. Then those tech trees are going to be things that we see attached to other future releases, like the officer system. We'll probably see some things to fine-tune in some of your officer training. Same thing with your hand-to-hand combat when that finally comes into the game. Now, as to when those aspects are coming into the game, guys, they've not released that yet. We are still waiting on a roadmap. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with that. I figured we'd have that pretty quick. So, I don't know. We do know that we're going to get the faction wars here, which is perfect to finally be getting that into game. And, of course, we're looking at a lot of other attributes coming in, like I say, with the armor ascensions and stuff, so that's going to be pretty good. But hope this kind of gives you a little bit better idea of what you need to reset, and what you need to kind of watch. I know there's going to be some materials coming out. There's a rumor of 26. No, I don't have all 26, guys. I put it out on the video what I did have, which was like 12 of them. My thing is don't go selling a bunch of stuff right now. When that stuff removes, it's supposed to have some kind of balanced currency or something, but I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how it's going to do. You're going to get something for it. And as far as the compensation for the little blunder that they had within the Helm, where our ships were not picking up when we're offline, it was just removing and deleting those currencies. We still haven't got that yet, but they are still discussing what the compensation is going to be. I would be surprised if it's anything more than just some Helm chests. It'll probably be 25 or something like that. It's not going to be anything real major. I mean, they could completely prove me wrong on it, but without knowing exactly how long that had been going on, there's just, and pieces of 8 really just don't have a sway like they used to. Once you get your Helm taken care of, pieces of 8 that you produce, or more or less, they just keep my stuff funded, what I'm building here, some new strings, and we got Gannett Saltpeter down there, of course the upgrade parts and stuff. We got kicking off the area. Got pieces of 8 coming in too still, but that pays for all this other stuff since they took away the ability to buy in bulk. Now, when I say buy in bulk, I'm talking about buying more than 3 or 4 over at Unita. We used to be able to buy as many as we could get, as many 8s as you could gather. We would buy and come into it and build those stocks and stores up and all that kind of stuff. And I've kind of dropped away from doing that here lately because we're seeing where some of these inventories and stuff are getting switched around, changed around, hearing people coming up and they've got extra slots opened up from when they were last on after resets and stuff. So we've seen these types of things in the past. This usually starts to happen, usually right before some pretty big resets. So just kind of hang on to what you got. Pieces of 8 and stuff. You're going to want to have, if you're looking for a number to bring, as many as you can, because you're going to have a new ship that you're going to want to upgrade. Then you got your weapons that you're going to want to upgrade, a slew of new weapons. They're also adding new poison effects that we can add to the existing weapons as well. So that's going to be really nice to have, to be able to just kind of come in and really kind of focus in on that kind of stuff. But then you're going to have the armor upgrades and all that. But all that's going to cost silver. It's also going to cost pieces of 8. So again, if you're sitting good on all that and you got plenty of silver and you've got plenty of pieces of 8, then hey, then you're kind of in a situation where you can, play other games, check some other stuff out, or whatever. We're going to be doing here starting Friday, be the October 3rd. We're going to be doing the new Alien Rogue Incursion game. It's more of a thematic movie type of a horror game that has to do with the Alien franchise. It's going to have a fresh storyline from what they're saying. It releases here on the 30th. I figured, hey, we'll just bring it and start putting it on YouTube for you guys here. So definitely check that out. Coming October 3rd. We're going to get that started up, and that'll be at 9 p.m. Central Time here. So yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. I think we're going to have a lot of fun with it, but hope this video helps you out. Like I say, keep grinding, get the stuff, man. I don't have all 40 ships done, but I do have 30 of the ships. You can build 40. The reason I've left 10 slots, guys, is I was asked, someone had mentioned, why don't I have my 40 ships? Because we're getting new ships, for sure a Corvette, and then also this new poison ship. And I like to try and build several. If I like a ship, I'll build a few of them. I didn't used to. I used to just have a bunch of random junk out there, but kind of really started focusing on my fleets a little bit here. And I've got some pretty sweet builds that I've been practicing up with here. And I don't know, we might bring some to you in the days ahead. We're just going to wait and see what the new content of Season 3 is going to bring. We still have about 3 weeks on that, guys. My understanding, there's no new content planned for the rest of the year, Season 2 here. Can't say year 2. Season 2, there's no new stuff planned. According to the calendar here, we're finishing Dark Tide Lullaby up here on Monday night. And then we have a Gloria Adorned event. And there's a whole other week. There's another week on this that's not showing up here. So we still got to figure to get that last week out. But I don't know. You get those double guild marks. I'm not sure why they're running guild marks. They run these right at the end of these seasons things they have the last couple times. Guild marks are the Kufra bars is what they were last season. They don't transfer between seasons. So what I've been doing with those is spending out pretty much everything that I can at Blackwood when there's a lot of stuff that, hey, I could definitely see some more of. I didn't buy a lot from him this week, mainly because most of the stuff he's selling I have the blueprints for. So I didn't really see taking and spending any of my hard-earned currency on that kind of stuff. So, but there is always next weeks that I try to come into each week with at least 5,000. I could always grind more out. The easiest place to grind those guild mark guys, that's going to be over here at the Megafort Wolvenhall. So during that double guild mark event, I will definitely be running Megafort Wolvenhall again, getting that iron and all, but also those guild marks, because like I said, they're going to have it where we can convert it to silver. And while I've been building up my helm, I also want to make sure that, just try to get what I can, where I can, when I can, because I think we're going to have a lot of rolling coming up. I've already got a lot of weapons I want to kind of redirect a little bit. We're going to get an additional 15 rolls on each of those. We're going to be able to lock in the actual type of damage you want to put in a lot quicker, and we're going to be able to then roll out those percentages to really just bring it home. So hope you enjoyed the video. We're going to hop off here.